Detention time is an issue of primary concern for the trucking industry. In a recent survey conducted by the OOIDA Foundation, more than 1,200 respondents expressed their professional opinions and experiences with detention, many of whom felt that detention time not only impacted their financial livelihood, but it also negatively impacted safety on the roadways. As one member wrote, "This is one of the biggest issues affecting hours of service and safety. Drivers encountering unexpected long detention feel forced to drive faster, harder, and longer to make up for perceived lost time. Every moment a shipper or receiver holds up a driver at a dock can wreak havoc on their hours of service. This is made worse by the fact that there is very little value placed upon a driver's time. According to the survey results, a majority of members spend between 11 and 20 hours each week waiting to be loaded or unloaded. In other words, those complying with the 60-hour rule spend approximately 18 to 33% of their possible drive time in detention, while those complying with the 70-hour rule spend 16 to 29% of their time in detention. Those who do not receive detention time pay are effectively losing an opportunity to earn $750 to $1,200 per week. 16% of members stated that they do not collect any detention time pay. However, 10% of those who attempt to receive detention pay do not receive it at all. In fact, most only receive detention time pay on a fourth of their loads. And for those who do receive detention pay, they collect about $64 an hour on average. These wages, however, are far from the hourly rate that members considered to be fair, which is approximately $100 an hour. Countless drivers expressed that both hours of service violations and safety would improve if drivers were simply paid for all their time spent working. In some cases, truckers stated that unpaid detention accounted for 10% of their total income. "Detention time is crucial to my operation," one member wrote. "The time to load or offload affects me considerably. I'm a one-truck company. My next load depends on detention. If I'm held up, I can lose thousands of dollars for missed loads." Ultimately, in order to address the issue of detention time, some members stated that proper planning, coupled with honoring appointment times, could help solve many of the problems that carriers and drivers experience. Others stated carriers and drivers either need to push for and demand detention time pay in their contracts or freight rates, or simply quit doing business with those entities that are the worst offenders. Those members who always attempt to collect pay for when they are detained receive $75 an hour, compared to approximately $50 an hour for those members who usually and occasionally attempt to collect, and about $47 an hour for those who never make an attempt. Most members, however, believe that brokers, shippers, and receivers would not honor detention time pay unless there was some form of motivation or incentive to do so, whether it is through a federally mandated fine or by contracting with other brokers, shippers, and receivers who will ensure detention pay. One member wrote, "Shippers and receivers have too much control and will never police themselves and will not convert to efficient systems unless forced to do so."